So I've been seeing a lot of comments like this, so I just want to provide more perspective for my beautiful Black women out there who deserve a lot better than this mindset. So I made a post talking about how Black women are delusional about baby motherhood, and you should be a wife before having kids, and you should not have kids with a man who does not want to marry you. You would think people wouldn't argue with what I had to say because that is completely 100% facts. But of course, there's people in the comments like, oh, well, what if I want to have kids and I don't want a man? There are options that you can explore to do that without needing a man. You don't need to call up your boy best friend to have a baby. You don't need to call up the man that you wanted for 5 years and couldn't commit to you to have a baby. You can explore options that you can do to have a baby without a man involved. So that argument is already thrown out the window. Now, a lot of people in the comments are also saying marriage is just a piece of paper. Let me tell you why it's not, and let me tell you why they've convinced you that it is just a piece of paper. I think a lot of women look at marriage from an emotional standpoint and forget that there's also a lot of legal protections that come with being married. I'm going to tell y'all a little story. I used to have a coworker, and she was about 45 years old, and she had had a boyfriend for about 25 years. She had kids with him. She helped him start his business. She had been helping him pay rent and his mortgage for many years. However, when he died, she got nothing. None of his assets, none of his properties. She couldn't even control how they would medically handle him in the hospital after death. Why? Because on paper, it says single or married. There is not no boyfriend, girlfriend, and no baby mom. That's not on paper. Single or married. And the reason why they want you to think marriage is just a piece of paper is because marriage leaves men in a position to hold themselves accountable and do better. Because in the event that a man does not want to commit to you or he just wants to leave, he can do so without a marriage easily and walk away with no repercussions. But if you both are married, he has to walk away with the fact that he's losing half of his shit, which normally pushes him to do better as a man and keep that family whole. And it's no surprise that the Black community lacks a lot of whole families. So, yeah, like I said, you should not be having a child with a man who does not want to marry you. And there's a lot of you who look up to people like Jada and Ari, and you guys do have kids with men who do not want to marry you. And a lot of women choose to do this because they have hopes that that man will commit to them one day when he will not. So hopefully that provided more perspective. Love y'all.